I got to remind you, every show that we do it's a San Diego-based show. We have a network that's spread across the country, but when you see us, we are right here in San Diego, America's finest city, which is also a military town. I know that I take a lot of pride in supporting our military. Everyone in our show does as well, and as we should. They're our heroes, and there's nobody who helps us do this better within the market than a man who served, a hero, John Reeves. I want to show you a charity that we're going to speak about here real quick, and come back. We'll have John take the flag from there.
It began with this simple phrase: now you can help honor the fallen by challenging the living. The Travis Manion Foundation assists America's veterans and families of fallen heroes. Go to travismanion.org to learn more. The Travis Manion Foundation. Ask yourself, if not me, then who?
Here in studio with us, John Reeves, who is a top producing real estate expert. He is servicing all of you who have served, first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, investors who have served just like he has. John, always good to have you on the show. You also host a radio show on 1170 AM, KCBQ, Military Mondays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You talk a lot about the cool things happening with our military, our charities. So it's always an honor to have you in here, and we have a guest as well. So tell us about this Travis Manion Foundation.
Thanks, Craig. I appreciate it. Always an honor to be here. With me today, I've got a personal friend of mine. Went to the Naval Academy with him, served in Iraq with him. Josh Jabin, who's here to represent the Travis Manion Foundation. Josh, thanks for coming out to San Diego all the way from the snowy East Coast.
Thanks for having me, John. Thanks for giving me the chance to talk about Travis Manion Foundation.
You bet. Now tell us a little bit about you. I know we've known each other now 15 years. Tell us a little about your bio and how you got involved with the Travis Manion Foundation.
Sure. So I'm a 2001 graduate from the Naval Academy. I was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. Spent 5 years as an aviation supply officer, working in aircraft maintenance squadron.
Good. That was a good time together.
Remember having a lot of fun. Went and got a master's degree in applied math. Went back to the Naval Academy to teach and to mentor midshipmen. And then in 2012, after 12 years of service, I decided to transition off active duty.
Yep. And now, Josh, you collegiate wrestler, you wrestled at the Naval Academy,
right.
Went to Iraq, did your time out there for a full year. So obviously, thank you for your service there. Got into the civil sector afterwards, and then kind of made a little transition. After doing that for about, a year and a half, you decided I'm going to do something different.
Exactly. Like most veterans that transition, you think you have an idea of a roadmap that you want to follow.
Sure.
After about a year and a half, I missed that camaraderie that I had in the Marine Corps. I missed that sense of purpose. And then after talking with Ryan Manion, the sister of Travis, who now is our president of the Travis Manion Foundation, we were able to work it out so that I could come on and do this full time.
Yeah, so tell us, you're director of programs for the Manion Foundation, Travis Manion Foundation.
Right.
You actually wrestled with Travis at the Naval Academy. So tell us a little bit about how you met him, and then how you, after meeting his sister, how you really became involved with Travis Manion Foundation.
Right, so Travis and I were friends at the Naval Academy. We wrestled together.
Marines together.
We served in Iraq at the same time together, different units, different missions, but at the same time. When he was killed in April 2007, his parents formed the Travis Manion Foundation, and I got involved as a local race director for the 9/11 Heroes Run.
Yep.
I became one of the first Character Does Matter ambassadors to speak.
And we just showed some of the other stuff on the screen, the 9/11 Heroes Run.
Right, for the 9/11 Heroes Run. Got involved speaking to high school students about character.
Yeah.
I got to run a couple times with Team Travis, ran a marathon, a couple 10Ks.
Indeed. So then, there's really 4 programs that you're a director of. Tell us a little bit about what those 4 programs do.
Sure. So we are a veteran service organization. Our mission is to assist our nation's veterans and the families of fallen heroes.
Yep.
And we do that through 4 programs. First is our Veteran Assistance Program, where we help take veterans that have transitioned from active duty and help them find their next meaningful career that gives them that same sense of purpose that they had when they were active duty. The second is our Survivor Services. Right? And we take families that have lost their fallen hero, and we bring them together on expeditions with a service component to it, so that they're not sitting around talking to each other in that setting, but doing something to help other people,
Sure,
just
sure.
like their fallen hero did.
And then you also do The Character Does Matter, which is really directed towards high school students.
Right, so this is the unique part of what we do. I mean, there's a lot of organizations that do great things to help veterans, but what's neat is that we take that same population of veterans and the families of fallen heroes, and we're able to connect them with the future leaders. So we bring them together to give a presentation in front of junior high school students, and talk to them about living a life dedicated to character and to service.
And then, of course, the 9/11 Heroes Run, which is to honor the fallen.
Correct.
Every year. So.
Correct. So every year we have 50 runs across the nation and growing, where we take a day to say thanks to all of the first responders, the veterans, and the families that of fallen heroes.
I mean, Josh, the Travis Manion Foundation has done a lot of great things. They've changed a lot of lives, and they've opened a lot of people's awareness. Tell us, how can people get involved? I mean, first off, I want to talk to the veterans out there who want to maybe use the Veterans Assistance Program. How do they do that?
So if you're a veteran out there and you've transitioned and you don't feel that same sense of purpose, if you need help in that transition to find your next meaningful career, contact us. We can help you find that next step.
And then additionally, I mean, it's a volunteer organization, it's a nonprofit. So how can people get involved for, volunteering time, money, funds?
Absolutely. We need all of that, right? So our program, the strength of our organization is we have a fantastic network of very high qualified people. Most of our network, we're leaders in the military, they're leaders in the business world, and we rely on them to start races for 9/11 Heroes Runs, to come to us, to present Character Does Matter, or to help our veterans gain meaningful internships or as mentors.
So there's an interesting story before we wrap up here and go over back to Craig, where Travis was about to go over to Iraq. And tell us about the little conversation and why that is so important now.
Yeah, absolutely. So our mantra is, if not me, then who? That's our call to service.
Yeah.
And Travis was in between deployments. He went to an Eagles game. He's from Philadelphia, from Doylestown, just north of Philadelphia. He went to an Eagles game with his brother-in-law, and jokingly his brother-in-law made a comment like, hey, how about if I trip you and hurt your ankle so you don't have to deploy for a second time? And Travis looked at him and said, if not me, then who? If I don't go, then someone less qualified than me is going to have to go in my place. And we realized that's his motto, and that's the motto that we adopted as part of the Travis Manion Foundation.
And certainly that is the mantra. Everyone that I've met and worked with in the Travis Manion Foundation, they take that seriously and to heart. So,
Absolutely.
Josh, man, thanks so much for coming out. I know it's a long trip for you. Really appreciate you coming out and talking about the Travis Manion Foundation. And thanks for what you're doing for all our veterans and those who have fallen. So
thanks, John. Thanks for having me.
Josh and John, thanks for coming on the show. A great message, travismanion.org. If you want to contribute, whether it's financially, you just want to get involved. John Reeves is out there every day in the marketplace helping our vets. He has a radio show around it, giving great information. You can connect with these guys. Again, travismanion.org. It's right there on your screen. What a great cause. And I just also want to remind you what John does for those who have served and have come back into the United States. He helps them accomplish the name of the show, The American Dream. So he's an all-star when it comes to that. I would not go to anyone else in our marketplace if you are looking to buy or sell a home or get any information about real estate if you have served like these heroes have. So